almost mid-year. What of the ones that the governor has been spending? Based on the Supreme Court judgment, they will say he spent illegally, isn't it? And that will be used as a trap and a bargaining chip.
Also, a political scientist, Obin Nawadi, said the president's action may take the state backward.
It smacks of the question of how come the budget, because the budget is supposed to be a reflection of what the people want. The fact that the budget for Rivers State prepared by external bodies, then it becomes something of a source of concern to every Rivers person. Because for a state like Rivers State, it's worrisome. It's really worrisome. I'm getting worried. It's taking us many years back because the state is supposed to be moving towards a direction, given what was in the past. We are supposed to be moving forward.
In the meantime, all matters filed against the declaration of the state of emergency in Rivers State have now been transferred to Abuja. Our correspondent, Emeka Otuka, who was in court today, got the confirmation from a court official. Well, our correspondent also reports that the hearing of a suit filed by a Port Harcourt-based lawyer, Mr. Samuel Amatonjie, at the Federal High Court in Port Harcourt, was among those moved to the Federal High Court in Abuja. Well, Amatonjie told newsmen that he was informed of the transfer when he arrived at the Port Harcourt court today. He, however, called on the relevant authorities to assign the case to a judge who will handle the matter with urgency, given its sensitive nature.
I'm in court today, but shockingly, I discovered that the matter has been transferred pursuant to Order 49 of the Federal High Court Civil Procedural Rules. The matter has been transferred from Port Harcourt Division of the Federal High Court, where the matter was instituted, to the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. And I must say that in matters of this nature, which is of public interest, expeditious hearing ought to be the watchword. There's nothing stopping the matter going on from here because Federal High Court is one jurisdiction nationwide. There's no problem. On our part, we still do well to meet them at the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja.
Well, Mr. Amatonjie also explained his reasons for challenging the declaration of the state of emergency in Rivers State by President Bola Tinubu, which was approved by the National Assembly, and he believes it is unjust and must be properly examined in court.
Well, the matter is against the state of emergency declaration or promulgation by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which I am challenging at the Federal High Court. The matter is slated today for hearing on the last adjourned date.
Meanwhile, a lawyer, Mr. Courage Nsirimovu, who alongside Pilex Center for Civic Education Initiative instituted one of the cases in Port Harcourt in March, said they were informed when they appeared in court today that the Chief Justice of Nigeria transferred their case to Abuja.
We went to court today hoping to move that motion and have our day in court. But we received a very shocking information that the Chief Judge has transferred the file from Rivers State to Abuja. What interest does he have in the matter? What is happening in Rivers State? Or what is even happening in our judicial system in Nigeria? First of all, our state has been captured. Now, our judiciary also. Even the registrar in court today said that he didn't see the case file to even inform us of what happened. It's a shame.
Nsirimovu expressed displeasure over the new development, saying it will incur more expenses on them. He accused the government of failing the people.
Now we have to look for resources to start going to Abuja to seek justice. And we know that this matter is time sensitive, given that the administrator has few days, months to still be in office. But that right to fair hearing, that right to access the court, they have also trampled on it. Rivers people should be informed about how they are manipulating our very weak institutions. Now, few persons, politicians, are now bigger than our courts. It's a problem. This is a time bomb ticking. They don't want us to be heard.
Moving on, some core members serving in Rivers State have expressed concern over the stalled payment of their state allowance. Well, speaking in an interview, they said that since the declaration of a state of emergency in the state, their allowance has not been paid. They are now appealing to the sole administrator to pay them their outstanding allowance.
They paid us December, November 2024. They paid us January 2025, February. But immediately this state of emergency whole shenanigans started, they stopped the payment. But I do not really see how all of that should actually hinder the payment. It's something that they can do it from anywhere in the world. Like they can make the order and they can press the button and send the money. It makes no sense. I wish if any of them, they are actually listening to this, they can actually, even the months that they have not paid us, they should send us, especially B1 core members that are passing out how many months that has accumulated.
I believe we should have been paid in February, if not for the political unrest that was happening, and we are not sure allow from the state to come again until all of these issues get resolved. And I really hope that these issues get resolved on time.
In other news, the sector commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps in Rivers State, Mr. Inyang Umor, has blamed disobedience to driving rules as the reason for many accidents in the state. Umor said this while reacting to the death of a mini tricycle rider who died after he was hit by a vehicle at Rumapara Junction in Obiakpo local government area yesterday, where he advised drivers to avoid driving one way.
I never seen this kind of thing before. Our attitude here, I don't know what is causing us to behave the way we are doing. The number one thing is our attitude. We don't want to break simple rules. That is the main problem. Not obedience to simple rules. And I want to advise, let everybody, whether you are a big man, you are whatever you are, let us obey simple traffic rules. Because the distance that you can go and turn may not take you more than 2-3 minutes.
Well, the Rivers State FRSC commander also disputed reports that some drivers obtained driver's licenses without proper training.
We enforce driver license. There is no driver license holder today that is not properly trained, because you have to pass through 26 days of training. Before you get your driver license, you must go to the center and do physical capture. If there's a first license want to obtain, you must go down 21 days of lecture before driving school. And we monitor driving school. We train driving school proprietors and instructors regularly. As we go out for enforcement, we check underage driving. Any underage driver, we get you apprehended.
As you may know, a man identified as Frank, who was riding his mini tricycle for a Sachet Water company, was allegedly killed by a hit-and-run driver of a G-Wagon. An eyewitness spoke to our correspondent.
The vehicle hit him by the back, G-Wagon. After hitting him, he slowed down here. After slowing down, he looked through the mirror and moved on. He lost stop.
We're going to break now. But still to come, federal government sues Senator Natasha over alleged defamatory remarks. Stay tuned.
Please listen to this.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Thanks for staying with us. And now to the rest of the news. The Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, has recognized and awarded the winners of the 2024 STEM Festival, reaffirming its commitment to sponsor the 2025 edition of the competition. was speaking at the award ceremony held at the NDDC headquarters in Port Harcourt. The managing director of the commission, Samuel Ogbuku, represented by the Director of Administration and Human Resources, Patrick Ikade, commended the awardees and urged them to continue striving for excellence and to make their parents, the nation, and the commission proud.
I want to encourage you to do more, to work harder, so that you make us proud as a commission, you make your parents proud, you make Nigeria proud. My prayer is that one day you'll be competing with children from the first world countries. That is our wish for you as a commission. On our part as NDDC, we are very happy to associate with success, seeing young children doing very well in their different fields of academic endeavor.
In his remarks, the creative director of STEM Festival Global Initiative, Gabriel Misa, described the STEM Festival as a dynamic problem-solving platform that has produced outstanding participants, including a team that represented the Niger Delta at the World Robot Olympiad in Turkey. He announced that the 2025 festival will focus on innovative solutions in agriculture, education, and healthcare from various age categories.
This year, our focus is in agriculture, education, and health. So young people between the ages of 35 plus will be developing solutions for these key areas across 6 STEM fields: robotics and AI, coding and programming, animation and game development, IoT and electronics, drone technology, blockchain technology. So they compete according to their age groups in solving these problems through STEM. And it's very fair and transparent. You just go online, stemfestival.org, and register.
Well, some of the 2024 STEM Festival winners expressed appreciation to the NDDC for its support.
Very generous of NDDC to give us a laptop, and actually it's a great opportunity because I actually needed a laptop.
I'm happy and I'm grateful because it will only encourage us to do better.
I think STEM, science, technology, engineering and mathematics is a way of empowering the Nigerian youth child to pursue his interest in technology. So it just gave me like more push and more empowerment to go further with especially the gifts they gave us.
Away from that, the 22 governors of the All Progressives Congress, APC, have adopted President Bola Tinubu as the sole presidential candidate of the party for the 2027 general elections. The chairman of the Progressives Governors Forum and governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodimma, said this at the banquet hall of the State House, Abuja, on behalf of the APC governors. But the governors also passed a vote of confidence on President Tinubu. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu, Vice Kashim Shettima, and Senate President Godswill Akpabio are attending the national summit of the APC in Abuja. The federal government has sued the lawmaker representing Kogi Central Senatorial District, Natasha Akpoti Uduaghan, over alleged defamatory remarks made on live television. The suit, filed before a Federal Capital Territory High Court, accused the senator of making imputation knowing or having reason to believe that such imputation will harm the reputation of a person, citing Section 391 of the Penal Code, Cap 89, Laws of the Federation, 1990. While the offence is punishable under Section 392 of the same law, but the list of witnesses in the suit are the Senate's President, Godswill Akpabio, and the immediate past governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, and they are to tender evidence during the trial. Elsewhere, the Federal High Court Abuja says it would no longer entertain any form of delay in the trial of the detained IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu. Where trial judge James Omotosho, who said the case has dragged for about 10 years, slated 6 different dates for the federal government to end its case against Kanu. Recall that Justice Omotosho took over the trial after the previous judge, Binta Nyako, who was the 4th judge to preside over the case, withdrew from the matter after she was accused of bias by the IPOB leader. The Dangote Petroleum Refinery has again reduced its pump price of petrol across the country. The new rates now range from 875 naira to 905 naira per litre, depending on the location. Now, the new price regime, which is a 15 naira reduction per litre, was posted on the company's official social media handle today.
And now, we bring you news from around the world.
On the international scene, several people are believed to have died in a small plane crash in a residential area of San Diego. Authorities say no local residents were seriously injured, but there is more than one fatality among the plane passengers. It said multiple homes were destroyed and cars caught fire after the private aircraft went down early today, while police say almost 100 people have been evacuated from the area. Well, that's the news this evening, but before we go, let's take a look at the highlights. On the news, you heard that reactions are now trailing the presentation of the 2025 Rivers State budget proposal of 1.48 trillion naira to the National Assembly by President Tinubu. The Chief Justice of Nigeria has ordered the transfer of all Rivers emergency suits from Port Harcourt to Abuja. The federal government has filed a lawsuit against Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan over alleged defamatory remarks. And on the foreign scene, a plane crash has killed several people in a residential area in the U.S. city of San Diego. The news was edited by Onyeka Chinwosu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Constance Irele Mega. Thank you so much for listening. Good evening.